Let's have a talk, people. Let's have a talk. Let's have a talk about how upsetting my life is. My life is very sad. I have a very sad life. I know there are people out there that have worse lives than me, but I know there's a lot of people maybe where they could leave where they work and then come back 5, 6 years later and not be remembered, but I don't know. Something happened today that, and I don't know how to put this. I'm not allowed to tell the story the way that I would naturally tell the story. I have to make the details nondescript. I have to be nondescript for my own safety, because anything that I say will be used against me for absolutely no reason, even if it's something that is mundane and shouldn't be used against me. But I I am upset right now over something that I shouldn't be wasting time on, which is the story of my life. Instead of focusing on my own survival, I am, worried about things like other people's perception of me and stuff like that. But this is something that's a bit more reasonable to discuss and talk about, in my opinion. This is something that is a bit more reasonable to discuss and talk about. One wants to make lasting connections in the workplace. Everyone's goal is to make lasting connections with people where they go, and other people might perceive it as mentally ill that I want to have friends where I work. The notion of having friends where you work seems silly to people, but since they're people that you have to be around all the time, one's hope is that they have good connections with the people that they work with. And by connections, I just mean, I don't know. If I have to explain what connections means to you, I don't know. Like a relationship, to be cordial, one wants to be cordial with the people that they work with. People want to be friends with the people that they work with, and if you left somewhere, if you were working somewhere 5, 6 years ago, but it's the longest place you've ever worked at in your adult life, if the most time that you've spent working somewhere in your adult life is a place that you worked at 5 or 6 years ago, and you come back there, and the only remaining if the only person you recognize there doesn't remember you, how would you feel about that? How would you feel if you were working somewhere 5 or 6 years ago, but that's the longest place you've ever worked in your adult life, because you don't work at places very long, so you return to the place that you've worked at the longest in your adult life, and no one, the only person you recognize doesn't recognize you. How would you feel about that? How would you feel? Because the goal obviously is that you want to make lasting connections with people wherever you work. That's the goal, right? And I know a lot of people, I know this isn't the case at a lot of places. I know places nowadays they're revolving doors, but you want to work with the same people. You want to be on good terms with those people, and it's I don't know how it's kind of upsetting, it's kind of upsetting, and maybe this doesn't make sense to a lot of people. Maybe I'm not making sense to a lot of people right now. I don't what do you mean? I don't know what you mean. But the goal, wherever you work, is to make lasting impressions, right? The goal is to make lasting impressions. The goal is to make lasting impressions. The goal is to make friendships. And how would you feel if you left the longest place you ever worked, right, in your adult life, because you haven't worked, you've been job hopping your entire life, and job hopping your entire life is depressing in and of itself. Not being paid the standard of living your entire life is depressing in and of itself. But how would you feel if you come back to a place that is the place that you've worked at the longest, and the only familiar face that you see doesn't even remember you? I mean, I don't know. Maybe this seems silly. Maybe this seems like a good problem to have, I guess. Maybe this, maybe this doesn't, maybe this doesn't register as something to waste your energy thinking about, right? Maybe to you, this seems like something that you shouldn't waste your energy thinking about. But to me, this is something that is sad. This is something that's sad. I don't know how to describe it. The goal, other than to repeat myself, the goal wherever, you know, everyone wants to make friends, and it's a lifelong problem for me. It's a lifelong problem for me, and I don't even know how to put it in words, but I've always had a problem making, not really, I mean, I had friendships that lasted a while when I was young, but, well, I'm not allowed to overindulge. I'm not allowed to overindulge because people use that against me, but I am very sad that the only familiar face that I recognized when I came back to this place that I worked at 5 or 6 years ago didn't recognize me. That makes me feel, and again, this is silly. It's something that seems like a trivial problem to people probably, but you have to contextualize this with the fact that I've never been paid the standard of living. So this is kind of like everything to me, I guess. Like, there's only a few places that I've stuck around for a while, and I stuck around this place. I've worked at this place, you know, longer than I've worked anywhere else, and it just reminds me how little I actually have. It reminds me how little I actually have. It puts it all, you know, it puts it all into context to me. It puts it all into context to me. Like, I've never had any money. I've never had any lasting friendships. I've never owned anything. And people try to tell me to be happy. People try to tell me to be happy, but I mean, no one even cares about what I've accomplished. No one even cares about what I've accomplished. So I don't, it's almost pointless to try to do anything about my finances. I have a plan already as to what I want to do moving forward career-wise. I already have a plan as to what I want to do moving forward. I could try to study for that, but to what end? I don't really learn very well. I don't really learn very well, and people tell me, you know, some people, when they're being nice to me, they tell me that I learn better than I think I do, but in my opinion, I don't learn very well. I don't study very well, and how do I put this? I have nothing. You know, I've never had anything, and the place that I've worked at the longest, the only person that I've ran into, anyone that I've ran into that I've seen before there so far doesn't even recognize me, and you know, that's kind of sad. That's kind of sad, and you know, even the person, I don't know, it's just everyone that I've ever, this is another way I can put it. Everyone at the place that I've worked at the longest, everyone that I've spoken to or I've gotten their number or anything like that, they wouldn't talk to me today. You know, they wouldn't talk to me today. Even if we had, maybe even if we had been working together the whole time still, they wouldn't want anything to do with me. I mean, it's just, a good way to put it is really just that I don't have anything, but it's very upsetting to not even have friends, to have no friends, no one to talk to. I have nothing. I literally have nothing. I can't really afford anything. I don't have any, I haven't formed any friendships. In like 12 years. I mean, you know, I haven't formed any friends. I haven't formed any friendships in 12 years. I don't even have friends. And I had to stop trying to make friends to, you know, not make the wrong friends, because I don't have a good time even figuring out if I'm becoming friends with a good person or not when I make friends. But like, I don't have anything. I don't have anything. The only thing worth mentioning that I've done recently is that I have the most VR boxing wins, but I literally just have nothing. And it's not fun. It's not fun to have nothing. I don't want to have nothing. I don't want to not have friends. But like, I mean, look, you see what's going on here. I mean, I turn the stream on, and the only thing that people have to say is negative things. I mean, I can be as genuine as genuine can be. Not that I shouldn't be able to have fun on my streams, but like, you know, I do want to have friends. I just have a hard time finding trustworthy people. But like, you know, it's weird to be back somewhere that I put a lot of time in. And you know, I thought that I had a reputation as someone that works hard, and I know I was kind of complaining all the time back then. I don't believe that my complaints were unjustified, but you know, I always tried very hard when I worked there in the past, and in my opinion, I built a good reputation for myself as someone that works hard. And to not even be remembered, I know that the people that I worked with the most aren't there anymore. But to not even be remembered by the people that are still there is very sad. And you know, turning the stream on here and having no concurrent viewers, no familiar faces, I don't know. I don't know how I'm supposed to reach a point where I'm happy, really, because I don't have anything that I need, down to my basic financial needs. not being met. I don't know how I'm supposed to, and I know life is a struggle. You know, I'm not saying that I don't want to be subjected. I'm not saying that I want to be treated. I don't even think that's being implied. I don't even think what I was about to say was being implied, but I don't know how I'm supposed to not be depressed, I guess. I don't know how I'm supposed to not be depressed. There's really, I don't know. I kind of want to like literally cry, which is not a masculine thing to say, but I kind of want to literally cry right now because I don't know how to explain what I'm trying to say in a way that isn't overindulging. Like I don't know how to explain what I'm trying to say in a way that isn't overindulging, but I want to say what I'm trying to say. And the fucked up thing is that even if I say what I'm trying to say, and despite the fact that there's a way for people to communicate with me via the stream right now, like, no one's gonna say anything that isn't negative if they do say anything. And if someone even does say anything, it's gonna be someone that doesn't have a vague idea of who I am or what I've been through just running this ignored YouTube channel and running these ignored YouTube channels. Like, it's very annoying and soul crushing, and it's not like I want people to remember things about me, but it's like I don't even have reoccurring viewers. And there's no one here that even knows what my channel is about, or like what's going on here, or like the things that I've talked about in the past on this channel. Like, no one that's watching this right now is familiar with me in any way. And even if I started explaining things to you from scratch, you would probably just hate me anyway and just say things that are negative. And like, I have something personal that I want to talk about in a way that, and I have to talk about it in a way that isn't overindulging for my own safety. But like, again, like, and I know I'm repeating myself, but like, it's just the fact that even fucking if I was able to say what I wanted to say in a way that wasn't overindulging and a way that was safe, like, the only response I would get would be negative. And like, I'm talking about like a place that I've spent the most time at my entire adult life. Like, Like, I've spent more time here. I've spent more time where I work at now than I have anywhere else in my adult life. And like, I haven't gotten anything that I need out of putting all this time into this place. Like, I haven't gotten anything that I'm supposed to get out of working at this place. I haven't gotten anything. And the thing is that like, the only advice that I've gotten, really, when I state the fact that like, I kind of don't want to work here still. Like, I don't want to work here still because it's like, yeah, I'm familiar with this place. I remember how to work here, but at what cost, really? Like, because I'm here feeling like this right now because I'm working at this place again, and it's like, do I want to work here still? Do I want to keep putting time in here still when it's fucked up to me? It's really fucked up to me that I haven't gotten anything that I need out of putting all this time into this place. Like, and I know that like, I know that I know how to work at this place. I know this place is familiar. I know that I have a plan for the future. I know that I have an idea of what I'm going to do. And I know that this is temporary. I know that I'm not going to be working at this place for the rest of my life, but like, it just, I'm as annoyed working at this place again as I am every time that I turn this stream on, but it's like times 10. It's like times 10 because see, like, I've been talking this whole time. I've been talking this whole time, and no one has even been listening this entire time. That's how annoyed I am. That's how annoyed I am when I go to this place because I'm not getting what I need out of putting the work in. It's the same as this. It's the same as doing this stream. Like, I'm talking, but no one's listening. And I've been doing this for years, and no one's listening. Like, it's just no one listens, and no one listens when I turn this stream on, and that's the same as me working at this place longer than I've worked anywhere in my adult life, and not even being recognized by, like, the people that are still there. The people that are still there didn't even recognize me, and I've worked there longer than I've worked anywhere else. And that's as annoying, that's as infuriating as, it's more infuriating than running this channel, because that's more infuriating than running this channel, or possibly equally as infuriating, because, like, these people actually communicated with me, like, in person, and, like, these people, I spent more time around these people as coworkers than I have any other people in my adult life. And, like, for the few people that are still there, to not even recognize me when that's the place that I've worked at longer than anywhere else. I don't like that. Makes life seem so pointless because I don't have anything outside of work. I don't have anything outside of work. Like, I turn these streams on and I don't even have reoccurring viewers. I don't have people that listen to what I'm saying when I sit here and talk. Like, people who pop back into the stream probably have no idea what I've said before this. The people that join the stream don't know what I've even said before this. No one's watching my back catalog of streams. No one's going to my face streams in the past and listening to things that I said in the past. So no one has no idea, like no one has any idea of like who I am as a person. No one even has a false interpretation of who I am outside of these streams. And for the place that I've worked at longer than anywhere else, you know, like I don't know, like let me try to contextualize that again. Like these are the people that have spent the most time around me, because I spend more time at work than I do with the people that I live with, and the people that I live with are blood related to me. I mean, like those are the only people that have known me my entire life, are the people that I live with. And I've spent more time around the people at the place I work at now than I have any other people. I mean, genuinely, how is anything I do not a waste of time? How is working not a waste of time? How is working not a waste of time? Because working doesn't provide me what I need. Every job I've ever worked has been a job that has never provided me anything that I need. The money it gives me is not enough money. That's another thing that's so infuriating, is that like I've never been paid the amount of money that I need to be paid. So the place that I'm at, not only have I formed no connections with humans there, formed any actual genuine connections with humans there. There's no one from the place that I've worked at the longest in my adult life that I could contact that would even know that I actually worked there, as long as I've said that I've worked there. So, and on top of it, this place has never given me a paycheck that is enough money. It's never given me one paycheck that is enough money. So what do I do that isn't a waste of time? When I work, it's a waste of time. When I'm on the internet, it's a waste of time. And then the things that I do with my living space, that's a waste of time. There's nothing I can do with my time that is useful to me. I don't know what I could do with my time that's useful. Like, I have a plan for the future. I have future plans, but right now I have to work at the place that I've worked at longer than anywhere else. And like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't even have reoccurring viewers. I don't even have reoccurring viewers. There's no one here that's listening to what I have to say. Like, there's no one here that's listening to what I have to say. No one's gonna play this back in the future. Every time I upload a YouTube short, it's probably a bunch of different people. It's probably a bunch of different people every time I upload a YouTube short. So there's probably not even people that are getting a vague idea there's probably not even people that are getting a false interpretation of who I am from my YouTube shorts. So, like, there's nothing I can do to help myself, really, because I'm stuck. Like, I feel trapped where I'm at right now. I know where I'm working at right now is temporary, but this is the place that I've worked at longer than anywhere else. This is the place that I've worked at longer than anywhere else. And the only people that are familiar faces to me there don't even recognize me. And they didn't even have, like, it genuinely makes me want to cry. It genuinely makes me want to cry. Because, like, there's no one from the era where I worked there longer than I worked anywhere else, and I know I'm still working there, but there's no one from the era where I worked there longer than I worked anywhere else concurrently that I could contact that would even talk to me about back then. There's no one that I can contact to even talk about back then. My longest friendships from high school, I mean, I doubt I'll ever be able to rebuild that bridge. And it's just, I wanted to have, like, it's just, I'm never even gonna have people in my life, really, is the way to put it. Like, I'm never even gonna have friends. I'm never gonna have friends. I'm never gonna have people in my life. Like, I'm never gonna have it's just no one's listening. It's just literally no one's listening. Is the only way to put it. The only way to put it is that no one's listening. That's the only way to put it, is that no one's listening. There's nothing I can say to make someone start listening and keep listening, and there's no one that's going to show up to these streams that's going to want to talk to me about anything. Like, I would love, even right now, to have a back and forth with someone that is, like, not trying to fuck with me or rile me up or cause me negative emotions, like, and that's just not even gonna happen. They're like, I just literally have nothing, and I'm never gonna have anything, and I don't know what I did to deserve this, because I try a lot. Like, I feel like I've done nothing but try my entire life, and I'm not a bad person. I'm not a bad person, and I've tried my entire life, and there's nothing I can do to make someone show up to this stream and listen, and I don't know. It's I can't even really say what I want to say right now. I have nothing. I have nothing, and I have no one to talk to. I have nothing. I've never been paid the standard of living, and you can call this a waste of time. You know, you can call this a waste of time, but I don't know what isn't a waste of time about everything in my life, really. I don't know what isn't a waste of time about everything in my life. And I wish a person that wasn't negative, mean-spirited, out to get me. I wish a person that was a genuine person would pop into my stream one day while I'm streaming, and then participate in chat, but without being just inherently negative and out to get me. That would be cool if I got my first concurrent viewer. It would be cool if I got my first concurrent viewer. It would be cool if I got my first concurrent viewer, and if my first concurrent viewer was not out to get me, that would be nice. But I don't see that happening, really. I don't see that happening. So, oh man. I genuinely would like to cry right now. But that would not make me feel better or solve any of my problems, and it would just make me look worse. And I don't know how to say it. I don't know how to say it. I guess a good way to say it is to recall some of the things that I've been listening to on YouTube lately. Like, I don't have a third space, and work kind of was my third space in a way. Like, in the sense that I spent more time at work than I did anywhere else, and do spend more time at work than I do anywhere else. And yeah, like, I don't know how to put it. I don't even have a concurrent viewer here. I put so much time in here, and I feel like the workplace that I put more time into than you guys don't care, man. It's just, I just wish I could get through a sentence without someone popping in and then leaving. I wish I could just get through a sentence without someone popping in and leaving, and know that someone heard what I'm saying in the moment. It would be so great if I could have more than one viewer and know that someone is listening to me talk. Like, it would be great to know that I'm not going on a tangent that no one's going to listen to, but that's never going to happen. Just like I'm never going to get paid enough money, I'm never going to have any friends, I'm never going to own anything, I'm never going to have a wife and kids, and I'm literally talking to a stream with 0 viewers. I'm talking to a stream with 0 viewers. No one's going to listen to this back in the future, and I don't even get paid the standard of living. And I don't even get paid the standard of living. And I don't even get paid the standard of living. And I don't even get paid the standard of living. And it's just no one's ever going to listen to anything I say. No one's ever going to listen to anything I say. No one's ever going to listen to me talk. I don't know. I have no one to talk to. I have no one to listen to me. There's no one in the real world that wants to listen to me talk. There's no one on the internet that'll listen to me talk. I don't have any friends, and I don't get paid enough money. And it's like, why am I here? It's like, why am I here? It's like, why am I here? It's like, why am I even here? Why am I even on the planet? Why do I even exist when I talk and no one listens? Like, all I do is hope that things are going to be better one day, and things are never better. I just hope that things are going to be better one day, and things are never better. I just hope that things are going to be better one day, and things are never better. That's just my life. That's my life. That's my life. And it's never going to get better. And it's never going to get better. And it's never going to get better. My life is never going to get better. My life is never going to get better. There he is. That's what I was gonna do. I was gonna eat my lunch alone. I was gonna eat my lunch alone because life is terrible. So, if anyone would like to join me in me eating my lunch alone while no one watches or cares what I talk about, we can do that. We can do that while I have no concurrent viewers to listen to anything that I have to say. Would you guys like to watch me put THC tinctures on my food and then eat it and then go home and do VR boxing, which no one's going to care about? We could do that. I can't tell if my hairline's getting worse or if, wouldn't it be fun if I go bald? Wouldn't it be fun if I go bald to add the icing on the cake? Why not? I'm already poor and never gonna get married, right? So, why not? Why not go bald too? When I'm already, it's almost a good thing that I'm gonna be single my entire life since I'm ugly, right? It's almost good that I'm gonna be single my entire life since I'm ugly. That way I don't have the disappointment of what's it called? That way I don't have the disappointment of having a family and then losing it. I'll just have never had a family. I'll have never had a family. But what happened to the saying, there's someone out there for everyone, right? Remember when we lived in the there's someone out there for everyone days? I wish we just had a bunch of ugly motherfuckers that had, like, wives still, but, like, and they're technically they're still out there, but certainly not as obtainable. There's, because there's people that look attractive enough to have women now that don't have women. So I mean, we're kind of fucked. You know what? Why don't I eat my lunch at a fun place instead of a parking lot that makes me feel uncomfortable? Instead of eating in a parking lot that makes me feel uncomfortable, why don't we eat in a parking lot that whatever? I see that I have no concurrent viewers. Isn't this fun? Isn't it fun, all the concurrent viewers that I don't have? I'm about to do a mass unban just so I can reban everyone that shows back up because I do a mass unban. I'm about to do a mass unban, and then I'm gonna reban everyone that I've banned just so I feel less lonely. Just to feel something. I'm gonna do it just to feel something as opposed to feeling nothing. Like, as opposed to having and feeling nothing, I'm gonna unban everyone and then reban everyone just to feel powerful and in control of something. I'm gonna start hitting buttons and flipping switches just to hit buttons and flip switches. Like, alright, everyone's been unbanned. Everyone's been unbanned because I'm in a terrible mood. Because I'm in a terrible mood, everyone's been unbanned, and now we can all subsequently get banned again. We can all subsequently get banned again, but I'm tired of talking and no one listening. And because I'm tired of talking and there being no one to listen, now as a way to incentivize people to listen to me while I talk, I've temporarily unbanned everyone. And now, as an incentive to as you can see, everyone caught on right away that they were unbanned. And everyone caught on right away that they were unbanned, and they've flooded in to join me in having lunch. The plan worked flawlessly. And I'm not doomed. I'm not doomed to be forever alone. Everyone caught on right away that they were unbanned, as you can see. Isn't it great? Isn't it great how fast word travels? I'm totally not doomed to be forever alone. I'm definitely not doomed to be poor and forever alone. As you can see, everyone caught on so quickly. Thank you for joining me and making me feel like I am not alone when I talk, because it's so fun to sit in front of a stream and know that no one is listening, and to know that you have no concurrent viewers, and to know that no one is returning to your channel after the years that you've been talking on stream. It's so fun to know that no one's familiar with my content. It's so fun to know that I don't even have a single viewer that's been listening since the first day. Like, there's no one that is familiar with me at all. And I've been streaming for years. And there's no one that is familiar to me at all. No one was even along for the ride when I became the guy that has the most VR boxing wins. No one was along for that ride. Like, no one was along for that ride. No one's been paying attention the entire time that I've been talking on stream. You know, this is exactly it would be the same as if I'd been talking to a wall the whole time. Like, there's just the illusion of it possibly not being the way it is this way. The only difference is that there's an illusion that things will change, possibly. Like, there's this false sense that things might change, possibly, and it's just never gonna happen. But like, that's all that's there, though. But other than that, all this is a way to document how hopeless my situation is. Now, I have a plan for what my next move is. You know, I have time and I have a plan, but that's it. And these dead-end jobs are just, you know, these dead-end jobs are just It's life seems very pointless. Life seems like a prison. I feel like I have very little control when it comes to what I can do. Even with the assistance of AI, like even asking an AI questions that I can come up with. The only thing I can do right now is work at this place, which I regret coming back to because it has just reminded me of how little I feel like I have gone. And I've gone a lot of places in the last couple of years, you know. In the last 5-6 years, you know, I've gone a lot of places. But ultimately, I haven't gone anywhere really, like, economically. Economically, I haven't gone very far, you know. Economically, I'm just not where I want to be, and it's very frustrating. This channel is a reminder of, you know, no matter how hard I try, no matter how hard I think, you know, and I'm not saying that I get a lot done when I think. I'm not under the illusion that I'm smart. I'm not saying that I come up with great ideas. I'm not saying that I think the thoughts that I should think. I'm not saying my thoughts are organized. I'm not denying that I have a hard time thinking the correct thoughts. Thinking the thoughts that are going to get me where I need to be is what I mean when I say thinking the correct thoughts. When I say thinking the correct thoughts, I mean I am not thinking the thoughts that are going to get me to my goals, but I'm thinking about my goals, and I'm coming up with plans, and I'm coming up with ideas. Like, if you ask me the questions that the government would ask me, you know, what's your plan for a job? Like, I have a plan for a job that is going to pay me more, but I've always had a plan for a job that's going to pay me more. There's never been a time where I don't have a plan for a job that's going to pay me more, because, like, you know, that's kind of the shit. Like, if you were out of options, one of two things is going to happen. Number one, you're going to have to go to the government to try to figure something out, or you're going to have to go to some kind of service to try to figure something out. And they're going to ask you, like, do you have a plan to get a job that's going to pay more? And it's like, yeah, I have a plan. So that's what my mind defaults to, because I'm going to have to think about that anyway. I'm going to have to think that no matter what. So, like, yes, I have a plan for a job that's going to pay me more. Okay? And I know that there are people that don't even have time the way that I have time to figure things out. Okay? And I'm aware of that because I've been out of time to figure things out before. Like, I've been out of time to figure things out before, and I've been in situations where it's like, money now, need money now, money now. Like, I've been in situations like that before, and I'm in that situation now. I'm just in a situation where I also have, like, time to think, and even, like, I'm trying, okay? I've always been trying. I've always been thinking, and no matter how hard I work, and no matter how hard I think, like, I'm still stuck where I'm at. Like, and that's infuriating. I don't know what to say. It's so infuriating because I don't have anything that I need at all. And I've never been anywhere near having anything that I need. And I don't have, like, and when I say I don't have anything that I need, I don't even have people to talk to. Like, and I know there's plenty of people that don't have people to talk to. And I know you're never out of people to talk to. And I'm not saying that, and when I say people to talk to, I don't mean like professional or anything like that. I don't mean I don't mean that I need to speak to a mental health professional. Like, I mean, like, I literally don't even have like a person to call on the phone and chit chat with. Like, and that's because I haven't formed any meaningful connections in like 12 years with anyone. And I know that I should have, like, and I know it's easy to, you know, it's easy to feel like those people are wasting, like, when you have people, it's easy to feel like people are wasting your time. And the reason I say that I haven't formed any meaningful connections in like X amount of years is because if like someone comes and goes, then they weren't there. That's how I come to that statement, is like, if someone comes and goes within X amount of time, then they were never there, is what I mean by that. But like, Hello. I'm never going to be able to do what I want with my life here with my stream on, and I'm never going to be able to do what I want with my life. That's right. I'm never going to be able to do what I want with my life. You heard it here first, folks. I'm never going to be able to do what I want with my life. Streaming live from a place that I can't tell you because I can't reveal any personally identifiable information. That's right, folks. I can't do what I want with my life. And it's already too late. That's right. It's already too late. Streaming live from It's Already Too Late. That's right. It's already too late. You heard it here first, folks. It's already too late. That's right, folks. My life is already messed up beyond repair, and I'm never gonna have enough money. You heard it here first, folks. I'm never gonna have enough money. I'm never gonna have enough money. I'm always gonna be poor and alone. It's already too late for me. My life is already irreversibly messed up. I don't think any amount of positivity will change the situation that I'm in. No one's ever going to love me. That's right, folks. No one's ever gonna love me or concurrently watch my streams. I'm never gonna have concurrent viewers. It's over. I'm never gonna have concurrent viewers. There's nothing I can do to change the fact that I'm never gonna have concurrent viewers. Regardless of what I do while the stream is on, I'm never going to have concurrent viewers. No one is ever going to show up to the stream and talk to me. I'm never going to have concurrent viewers, and there's nothing I can do about it. Well, how's everyone doing? My life is pretty boring. I don't I don't know what to do with my life. I uh, I feel like genuinely crying because there's there's nothing left that's been in my life for a long time, really. Like, except for my my immediate family. Like, there's nothing. I don't have anything. There's nothing that I've built that's been in my life for a long time. I haven't created anything in my adult life that's been in my adult life for a long period of time. And like, my brother is like, it looks like my brother has like gray hair now, and my brother's only like 40 or something, and my brother's got gray hair. Like, what the hell, man? Like, there's there's nothing in my life that's been in my life for a long time. Like,